Hello everyone, this is Defense Politics Asia, and there's one big news that came up in Niger over the past week or so, is that there is a sudden breakdown of relationship between United States and Niger, the country that is often being pronounced wrong is Niger, not Niger. So anyway, so Niger, um, this is the flag. So what happened is that in the Niger put out a statement, official statement, after the United States accused Niger of having a secret agreement to supply uranium to Iran, as well as its relationship with China and Russia. So this made Niger very angry, and they actually announced the termination of military relationship with the United States, and the 650 military and civilian personnel of the American bases could no longer stay in Niger. So this all started when the high-ranking delegation of U.S. official, the Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Molly Fee, the Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Affairs, Celeste Wallander, as well as the head of U.S. Africa Command, Michael Langley, took a visit to Niger. So they said that they have substantial and direct discussion with the military junta regarding their ties with Russia and Iran. So this conversation triggered the Niger government, and basically the spokesman then came out. They said that the attitude of the delegation in denying the sovereign right of Niger people to choose their partners and allies capable of helping them to fight terrorism, is denounceable, because he denounced it. And then he said that they will now, with immediate effect, terminate the agreement to allow U.S. military personnel and civilians, Pentagon employees to operate in Niger's soil. So basically, this actually is a repeat of what happened to France just months ago. So United States was pretty smirky and happy that the French people got kicked out of Niger, and the United States is able to stay. And I did mention in the previous Niger report of this stuck reality that is weird that the United States base remains while the French got kicked out. But now the United States, thinking that they have won this geopolitical battle, got a bit what we call in our side of the world, they become a bit then, and so which is snobbish, and then Niger basically kicked them out. So this is the spokesman, Amadou Abradmane, and so this becomes rather serious. So anyway, Niger also put out a statement saying that they reject the false allegation by U.S. delegation that Niger has signed a secret agreement on uranium with Iran. So this is the current situation. United States accused Niger of selling uranium to Iran, as well as having too close relationship with Russia and China. So, and Russia and Iran, not China. Sorry, China, not yet. Not yet. So basically, this becomes a serious situation for America. And Sabrina Singh, the Pentagon spokeswoman, say that the United States is now aware of the statement made by the spokesman of Niger, and they say that announcing the end of the status of forces agreement between Niger and United States, they are working through diplomatic channels to seek clarification and ongoing discussion, which they cannot share more. So the delegation, so they clarified the delegation was there to raise a number of concerns. They're troubled by the path Niger is on, which is path to sovereignty and independence, and they're very troubled about that. And so they are doing some direct and frank conversations with those in charge, and to share about the American concerns and to hear the Niger concerns. So the main concern is Russia and Iran. So anyway, this general, this is the commander of the AFRICOM, Michael Langley. He also said that he expressed concern that Niger is pursuing close ties with Russia and Iran. So anyway, Niger then proposed, said that they will, no, not propose. They say that United States will propose to disengage its soldiers from Niger after the Niger say that they will withdraw from the 2012 cooperation deal with Washington, which is kind of an interesting situation because before this, if you have been following my reporting on Niger, you will know that United States does not really recognize the current government, this junta, and but in the end, they also kind of respect and and recognize this junta, so it's very confusing. So it's like, yeah, they insisted on the previous president, if I didn't remember wrongly, the name is Bazoum, to go back to becoming the leader, but of course, that idea is totally gone. Niger junta is in full control of the country. So the interior minister, General Mohammed Tomba, so I think it's this guy. He looks really like some kind of cartoon character, very cool face. Reminds me also of some character from the Matrix. Anyway, he met with Kathleen Fitzgibbon, which is this girl over here, and to discuss the issue. So they said, so Phil Fitzgibbon told this minister, so I use this bigger arrow. So this girl told this guy that they have taken note of the decision by Niger to withdraw from the military agreement, and she will be coming back with a plan on the methods of disengaging more than 1,000 US troops based in Niger, according to the ministry statement. 1,000? I remember reading something different, right? 650. So in a different article, it writes 650. So in another statement, there's 1,000. So I'm not sure how many troops are there in US. In the Niger, I think that it might be 1,000 US troops. I think 1,000 makes a bit more sense. So very interesting. So all these informations come from different articles. You can see that these are all my sources. So so this is the American and Niger situation. So if you do not know, America actually built a rather expensive base. This is the military base. This is a Niger Air Base 201. This is the entrance. Sometimes I know I mistake this flag or this Niger flag for India flag. They look very similar. So it's actually in Agadez. Agadez is actually over here. So this is Agadez, and right in the center of Niger. So it's very strategically positioned air base. So this base is actually operate as a drone base. As you can see, it's a drone base. They operate drones around this area here to hit terrorist targets. But to be honest, they probably have a lot more economic and geostrategic purpose to continue to monitor the situation around this area here and monitor maybe the uranium productions and who knows, to provide support for certain militant groups that the United States may want to make use of. So it's I'm quite sure CIA is there. I'm quite sure that it's not just simply anti-terrorism. That would be too simple. No, there's no reason to spend this much money on purely anti-terror because it's not really America's problem. So surely there is other purposes, because this is not United States backyard. No, this is French backyard, and the French got kicked out. So anyway, going to the border region. Okay, let's not talk about Nigeria first. So look at the geopolitical situation. China have a very strong presence, which is why I keep saying China, because I got confused. So China have a very strong relationship with Niger. So immediately after the Niger government broke off the military agreement with the United States, or at least allegedly they announced, immediately officials from the Chinese embassy, as well as the delegates from CNPC, the China National Petroleum Corporation, that had invested billions in Niger, met with the junta. So they have been according to this article, they say that they have not been the only Chinese official to hold talks with the Niger government over the last 2 weeks, which is probably the last 3 weeks, because this is a bit later. And so this is so-called the part of the Niger's plan for diversification of an international partnership. So just on a general note, Niger's Chinese investment is rather huge. There is a investment in energy is 5.12 million, mining is 620 million, real estate 140 million, and there are also other corporations, including helping Niger to build stadiums, schools, medical mission, military corporation, infrastructure like roads, bridge, rolling stock, and thermal power plant. So so China is definitely going all in with its African strategy into Niger. And Niger definitely will be welcoming China's role to help to develop and diversify away from the Western influence, particularly coming from the French and Americans. And the Americans is kind of misunderstood the situation in Niger, I feel, because Niger kicked out the French because they want sovereignty, they want to have their own say about their own country, and the Americans went in and expressed concern with Russia and Iran. I think I think Iran isn't really the problem, although if there is actually really no secret deals, Niger will be like, what the hell is happening? What the hell are you talking about? So definitely, if it is false news and a false accusation, that will probably piss off the Nigerians way more than just simply the typical geopolitical Russia is bad kind of narrative. I think it's the false allegations or false accusations that piss off the Niger junta. But definitely because anti-Russia is not a big surprise for the United States geopolitical position. So I think Niger will probably know that very well. And in fact, the Wagner side, I mean, the Russian delegations did came. So there's a high-level Russian defense official, including Yunus Yevkorov, the Russian deputy defense minister. They have met the junta leader. So this guy, and so they definitely met. I mean, Russia definitely wants to make sure that they have certain influence in this new country, because the Niger basically have a revolution of sort. The military coup basically makes it a revolution. So definitely Russia is coming in to want to have some say. And however, the accusation of Iran thing is definitely not out of nothing. The military prime minister of the junta, Ali Lamine Zaine, visited Iran in January. So probably this was the trigger. This particular incident was the trigger that made the Americans very concerned, particularly with also the Russian official visit. But Russian official visit, of course, like I said, is a pretty predictable thing to happen. The visit to Iran is a bit more interesting. So maybe based on this is how the Americans decided that there's probably a secret deal to supply Iran with uranium. But the pure reality is Russia could have sold Iran the uranium. They don't need Niger. So, which is why there is some concern about that. I mean, I think visiting Iran have other purposes, I believe. There could be military purposes, because Iran has developed a lot of very interesting weapons, and they are probably very cheap, because they are being used by the Houthis, they are being used by what's the other group? The other H. Not Hamas, Houthis, and Hezbollah. So yeah, Houthis and Hezbollah both are using Iranian weaponry, and they are probably cheap and rather effective. So probably they are looking at that. Russia, I'm not sure about what's Russia's role yet. I think Russia simply want to make sure that they have another friend. So, and to provide them, to offer themselves as a big brother, a new big brother for Niger, with the exit of the French, because you need a big brother, that someone that is inside the Security Council, the United States Security Council, to protect you from some interesting situation to happen in your country. So Russia is probably there to offer their big brothership. So another thing about interesting about Niger that had happened is that Nigeria has basically lifted sanction on the Niger, and they also have reopened their border, both the land and the air border between Nigeria and Niger. So So this comes though as the Ecowas threat fell off. Ecowas, led by Nigeria, influenced or backed by France, have been threatening invasion into Niger, but this invasion did not happen. Clearly, they know that this is not going to be a good or fast war because of the alliance between Niger and the other two countries, Mali and I think what's the other one? I forgot the other country. Yeah, no, the I think Guinea or something. Let me see. Let me move. Mali. The other one in the south is Burkina Faso. Yeah. Burkina Faso. It's been too long. I've looked at this region. So this triple alliance, this new Sahel confederation is actually quite a rather real threat. Militarily, like you can't really win a war quickly against such a big alliance. So Nigeria also is suffering from the lack of trade with Niger itself, and they have common people. It might actually trigger bigger problems within Nigeria. There could be a civil war if the northern half of Nigeria decided to side with Niger. There is a lot of possibilities and a lot of uncertainties. So Mr. Bola, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, do not dare to follow through because France is not there to really back them. France militarily is very spent because they gave too much to Ukraine, and they are also losing power and stability. They are unable to back Ecowas in a war that may last for years. So yeah, so that ends the saga between Nigeria and Niger and the Ecowas. So for those that do not know what is Ecowas, in case you never watched the previous videos on Niger, Ecowas is this Western states grouping, Western African state grouping. So it's under the influence and control of France. And one last thing, coming back to the United States, is that according to the Major General Pat Ryder, they say that there is currently no decision yet made on the movement of the troops. The US troops is currently still in Niger. They are still trying to drag it out and see what they can do about it. So in reaction to this article talking about Fitzgibbon, Catherine Fitzgibbon, he said that he did see that article about this plan, so-called the alleged US plan to submit a plan to disengage United States from Niger, but he have actually no information on that. So to his own knowledge, to this guy's knowledge, there is only ongoing discussion. He do not have any other information. So they're very, 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 very interesting. There is a lot of weird stuff currently happening on the United States side that is very vague and very inconsistent, not very centralized. Things is very here and there, and even all these geopolitical games is a bit messy. United States is not playing a good game right now, and they are basically they had a win. They kicked out the French, they took over the influence in Niger, but they realized they have actually zero influence because United States is offering near zero things to Niger as well. When you compare it to what the Chinese are giving to Niger, clearly Niger will feel that this is a real partner. China is a real partner. United States is not a real partner. They know what the drone base is for. It's not exactly for Niger's benefit and interest. So anyway, this is the Niger report update about the situation with United States getting kicked out of Niger. So we will see how this progress. If you want to see this mapping, you can actually join the Patreon or to get access to this. I will be posting this for viewers for the Patreons. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's not so boring, and I'll see you guys in the next update.